Greetings, humans. Once again it is I, Optimal Pride. As before, we are here to tell you that we support the Mayne Authority. As that still stands, we've celebrated with our friends. Past spliffs between others. We are looked up to by our peers, and even I would give my right arm for the Mayne Authority. Flying high, never low. Always hitting you with the sauce and the flow. Look out, YouTube. We are here. We are the Authority. Remember, Maynes, go get that bag. Autobots, let's roll up.
There you go.
Yeah. Wait a minute, we out of sauce.
Yeah.
Hey, this ain't no sauce.
Yeah, what's the difference?
Oh, well, you dusty bastard. Our sauce is made with the best ingredients this side of the Mississippi. If you're gonna give me something, it's gotta be the sauce.
This made in New York City?
If you ain't got the sauce,
motherfucker, that's your loss.
here's the sauce made with the best you ever seen in your life. If you ain't got the sauce, then motherfucker, that's your loss.
Move! Get out of the way! Gotta get down here and tell these boys about the Mayne Authority. They act like they don't know about nothing. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, gotta see the boys out. Gotta see Lavis. Gotta see him on the Mayne Authority. But you don't know about the Mayne Authority, watch out. Move out the way. Yeah, you boys right here. Y'all know about the Mayne Authority whip skills. Skirt, watch out. You know what? When I know about the Mayne Authority, see your car? Your car. Yo, car. No, why we pull up right here? You don't know about the Mayne Authority? They got all this great content right up in here. You're right. Pay attention. What's what I'm saying, boy? You know what I'm saying? I tell you, gotta put you on game. Gotta put you all up with that sauce. And what the hell? Yo, look at that. All you people right here about to learn today about the Mayne Authority. They all up in here. You know what I'm saying? The boys, they're quite the humanitarians. I revere myself, but still, at the same time, what you gonna do? You ain't know what it is, what it was, what it does. You gotta get the purple drink, you gotta get the sauce, you gotta get your life together with the commercials. You know what I'm saying, boy? Check out the content. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Subscribe.
He is the most interesting purple drinker.
I don't always drink, but when I do, I prefer purple drink. Stay loyal, my friends.
Nothing unites family like a good bottle of sauce to go with your great summer barbecue.
Who made the same salad?
Al's Sauce has been known to bring people of all colors and creeds together in the spirit of barbecue.
Oh, man, that's too much sauce. Never. Shut up, motherfucker.
Bring it over for a good time, whether you're black, white, it doesn't matter.
Hey, that chicken ain't done, man.
Done to me.
If you ain't got the sauce, then that's your loss.
Oh, man. I'm a no motherfucker.
March! Left, 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 left. What's this loose?
Mayne Patrol! Don't you know?
That's the sound of the Maynes working on the chain. JS.
Don't you know?
That's the sound of the change working from the main game.
Let me
say,
ooh, turn up, ooh, get crunk.
That's the sound of the Maynes working on the chain. JS. That's the sound of the change working from the main game.
Did you hear me say, ooh, turn up, ooh, get crunk.
That's the sound of the Maynes working on the chain. JS. That's the sound of the change working from the main game.
Did you hear me say, ooh,
Keep it right there,
yeah, ooh, turn up, ooh, sweet, move, six, move,
Say, my.
Get off my book, boy.
Working so hard, see my woman, who I love so didn't mean wow. Got to stay right here.
Main gang.
Oh, Lord. Oh, don't you know that's the sound?
Oh, it feels good to get out of here. Time to change in this bitch. Oh, where's my rag? Oh, yeah. Oh, this damn Gucci rag's too hot.
Welcome back. We out here getting jiggy with it.
Back to the projects. Let me sprinkle this Reggie dust on you. Help you grow. What the is he want?
Oh, going to Septimane. The Maynes have a new video out, and it's got 100 subs.
Oh, don't just tell me that they've got a new video out.
My bad.
Hey, yo, Soundman reporting, cuz. This bird from Compton got news for you, Lord Deceptimane.
What the hell do you got to tell me today?
Hey, yo, the facts is just like this here, player. They're on their way to getting 1,000 subs, cuz. What we gonna do?
How many times am I gonna tell you? We've got to stop their viewers. Maynes, we're coming for you.
The Sawce will be with you, always.
Hey man, y'all sure y'all don't want to like burn one first, man?
Why did you say that name?
You hear about the cable?
What is thy bidding, my master?
Nice guy.
Forever, forever, ever. Forever, forever.
Yo, what it do, Maynes, Lady Maynes, and in between Maynes, we have arrived.
So let's get it poppin'.
You already know what it is. It's your boy Freddie Roy, alongside the big homie Lavish Blackman, and together we are the Mayne Authority, your one-stop shop for whatever in the hell we feel like talking about from week to week. You know what this is. Turn up in this smug, man. We in the last Saturday of Black History Month, man.
Yeah, I know, man.
We waving deuces to our month. Although Black History is all year round. We know this. We know this. What's going on, man?
What it is, man? How you been,
man? It's another week through, bruh. We made it. We done made it.
Yes. I'm proud of us.
I am too.
For making it.
Yes. Pat yourself on the back one time. You done made it through another week in this crazy, crazy world, which is a feat.
Yes.
Most
nowadays.
Most deaf it is. Man. So what's good, man? What's good?
Shoot. You know what's good?
What is it?
All this great content we about to get hit with.
Oh man, it's coming, right? The next wave. The next wave is here.
Yes,
it is on the way.
Yes, everybody get ready for this next week coming. As y'all know, we got Batman in less than
Tell him.
days.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, I'm hyped.
I am too, because I'm ready. I'm ready to win this bet.
I'm ready for you to lose.
I'm ready to win.
I'm ready to lose.
The closer we get, the more confident I become.
The closer we get, the more confident I become. That you're gonna play as substitute teacher, Captain America.
That's that bullshit. Right there, man. That's what that is. Grade A certified bullshit. But that's all right, because when I win, we gon' face scan your ass in the 2K. We gonna put you in there, dreads and all. The whole 9. And we rolling you out to that park, Mayne. It's gonna happen, and the people will see it.
We shall see. Besides that, we got some great stuff coming up for you guys in the next few weeks. Next week we got the homie Lord Callus gonna be on the show.
Told y'all we had some people's coming, Mayne. Lord Callus, can't wait.
I know. After that, we got Burke the Nerd.
Yes, the big homie, man. Look, that's been a long time coming too, but another dope one, man. Don't miss out, bro. Who else we got? Tell them.
Yes. Then the week after, we might get your boy Captain Pennsylvania gonna make a return.
A cap sighting? What?
A cap sighting, yes. Captured his ass in the Pokeball. We're gonna bring him through. And then after that, right before we get that, right after we get Moon Knight, our show, we're gonna have Second Street Marvel.
That's right. Trend in the building.
Yeah, man.
Whoa.
Right.
Man, look, we try to tell y'all, man. We try to tell y'all.
Yes. It's gonna be crazy. March Madness for sure.
That's
on the main story.
Hard right there.
Main Madness.
I like that. We might have to get some kind of a bracket going for that. Main Madness. Hold on. Wait a minute. You might have just stumbled right into one right there, Big Pimpin'. I likes it.
That's what we do.
You know what else I like though, man? I've been saying this for like the last couple of weeks, but like, I'm really digging CyberPunk, man. Like, I'm really digging this game. You can hear the jubilation in my voice, people. Like, it has been so long. It has been. Here's a interesting little tidbit. Okay. You know what I haven't played in the last week and a half?
2K?
You damn straight. I ain't touched it.
Proud of you.
It's CyberPunk, man. We finally got something to play that actually makes the PS5 worth having.
Yes, it's definitely fulfilled the PS5 for me. And there's so many different features in that game that I'm just enjoying.
Yes.
And I ain't been able to put it down.
I'm telling you, man. Like Horizon ain't even got. I'm sitting on Forbidden West right now. Still ain't touched it because CyberPunk, man. I just started over like 3 different times in that game because I'm like, wait, you mean to tell me I could have the whole time? But let's just be real, man. I told you what this was about. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a buck with the people. I'm Team Pan Am, man.
Hey,
I'm Team Pan Am, bro. Like, I had the Lady V, man. I was doing that. I was going through the story. I was digging it the whole 9. But then I was like, wait, so I could get next to Pan Am if I was a dude?
Right.
Time to reboot. I was like, yeah, no, we going back. I'm not passing on that.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my next playthrough. But yeah, I'm with you on that one. I was with the Lady V too, and that rejection was just almost too much to bear.
I'm trying to tell you. Look, and I tried hard too, bro. I did all the choices. I was like, come on, you mean you don't want to mess with a chick just one time, just see what it's like? Not just once? Not just once. Boy, she curved me smooth, bro. She was like, no, I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. Did you know who I am right now?
Right.
On 2 separate occasions, she gave me the swerve, bro. I was like, hold on, man. I tried to give you a little old school hand on the thigh action. She wasn't feeling that.
Nope.
Then it was like, well, why don't we just chill and kick it? She was like, no, this is not the way this is going to go. I'm like, man.
Nope. And still asking for help.
Right. And my simping ass was like, all right, let's go. Whatever you need.
Right. You just call me up next time too.
Yep, pretty much.
No.
Yeah, so I had to regroup, man. I had to restart. I was like, no, because for all of these favors, I need something in return. We gonna have to be an item at this point. Because the way you got me running around this city for you, no, you gotta have a title for that.
And they out far too. Like they out
right.
Far
it ain't close. No, it ain't close. No.
Man. That's OnlyFans prices. It sounds
you know what
like
I'm saying? I'm like, bro, come on, man. Like, but then I found out in the update that like she dropped now, and this wasn't in the original. Hey, hold up though. Callisto with the 25 say, love you guys. Glad to see you are a fan for all us. Man, look, you already know who we here for. We tell you all the time, it is no other reason but to be here for you.
people.
The people, man.
Yes.
The people. We here for the people, bruh. And
No
for Pan Am. Pan Am is one of the people.
Hey, Pan Am American, man.
Yes. Right.
All day. Yeah, I had to bottle it up, man. Move on. You know, because I like the way these missions end. I like how like they end it, and then it seems like that could be just the end of that whole little timeline. And then you driving off, you're like, shit, let me go get some of these NCPDs real quick before I move on to the. And you get a phone call.
Yep.
Hey, yo, we need you over here right quick, man. I'm like, man, I thought I was going with this.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
So when she calls, it's like, man, Pan Am's call. Oh, maybe she changed her mind.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, hello. I'm not going to ignore that. Can't ignore that one.
Nah, man.
She wants you to drive across the city to go have a conversation with two people.
Right.
And drive all the way back.
Just to say hi.
Right. I'm like, you know what? You know what? I do it.
All right.
I do it.
I'm there. It's all good.
Man, I'm telling you, whether it's in video games or real life.
They gonna make you do it.
They gonna make you simp, man. Simping is unavoidable, man. Look, that is the lesson for you today, young players.
Yes.
Simping is unavoidable. But, as we always say, you must remember to simp responsibly.
Yes.
That part.
We're gonna circle back around to this again, but the homie over here done passed me an interesting article that a lot of us Fallout fans about. Why don't you tell us about that a little bit?
Yes.
A little
so
bit.
As it turns out, they're very, very loose. Let me go ahead and preface it by saying very, very loose conversations over there at that Microsoft. You know how we feel about them peoples over here on this side. It's PlayStation all day, but I mean, look, they got the keys to the kingdom when it comes to Bethesda right now.
Don't they?
So it is what it is, but they talking about they might do a Fallout New Vegas 2. You heard me correct. Fallout New Vegas 2. I feel like we spoke that in the universe because
I think,
I hit you up and was like, man, Cyberpunk is like everything that Fallout 4 could have been.
Yep.
And lo and behold, Bethesda and Microsoft was like, hold my beer.
Right.
For a minute.
Yeah.
Now look, they could just be floating this out there to see if there's any legitimate interest. As a PlayStation and a Sony supporter, let me say this. Hell yeah, there's interest, man. We talking Fallout, not just Fallout, but arguably the best Fallout of the new versions, talking 3 and above.
Okay.
A lot of critics will tell you that Fallout New Vegas was better than 3, was better than 4, and damn sure better than 76.
Well, yeah, I'm about to say damn sure better than 76.
I mean,
and they trying hard, man. They trying.
That. Now, you know what's interesting? Hindsight being 2020. Does anybody know or happen to know what Fallout 76 and Cyberpunk have in common? Not Fallout 76, I'm sorry, but Fallout New Vegas.
Oh, okay.
Fallout New Vegas and Cyberpunk. Both of them were plagued by buggy launches.
Yes.
And it is you want to know the impact of social media, just look at the way the New Vegas launch was handled in the media and the way Cyberpunk launch was handled in the media. And that would tell you the power of social, because it was a big deal when New Vegas came out and you had all kind of bugs and it was virtually unplayable. That was a big deal, but it did not get blown up nowhere near the level of Cyberpunk.
Yeah, Cyberpunk
got wild.
Oof. Yeah, it got nuked.
Yeah, like almost no coming back, which is another thing for me that's amazing about Cyberpunk is the fact that there's still so much interest in it after that disaster of a launch. You still got people into it like that. Yeah. But yeah, man, like New Vegas 2 makes me want to play New Vegas and finish it finally, because that's something admittedly I never did.
See, I've never played it, so that makes me kind of want to get it just so
hey, man, it's official, bro. I just never, it was like, it came along in that time where, unfortunately, there was another game that started taking more and more of my time. We won't mention that game's name. We already know what it is. I talk about that mofo all the time on here. But yeah.
I see you, Felicity, already.
She already itching. She ready. But yeah, man.
Yeah,
Right.
man. Right. So let's kick this off. Let's kick this off proper for the people who came up in here. We got the Batman, and I see from when I put this poll up before we even started streaming, it was at 100%, but now it's dropped down to a very actually kind of impressive drop to 62%. 62%.
Which is shocking to me, even though
it's
very shocking because I'm looking forward to this movie.
Yeah.
Even though I don't have a lot of faith in Bat Cullen, I am still very much hyped for this movie because I want to see what they do with it. I'm hoping for the sake of my bet that I'm right, but I'm actually for the sake of DC, I'm really hoping that it turns out to be a good movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like I can't. It's surprising to me that you have almost 40% of the people saying, "No, I ain't really checking for it like that."
Right. They'll either check the bootleg or the DVD. Come to that, man. And it's ironic because like Batman's usually damn near 100% every time. You know, unless you have Val Kilmer or George Clooney. You know,
even those was hyped though before they came out.
Yeah,
everybody was checking for that. It was like, "What, George Clooney? I got to see what this is gonna be like." Then you were like, "I wish I hadn't."
Right. Love to forget that. Like, erase that from the books.
Boy, yeah.
But you know, this is going to be a very different Batman. I think, and you know, they give you this promise every time they come out with a Batman movie. It's going to be different. We're going to do this different. Blah 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 blah.
Facts.
And you all kill it. You know, you always watch his parents get killed first 5 seconds of the movie. All that type of stuff. But this one is more than different than just the way it seems like they're doing the story. It's also different in like the way that the cinematography is starting to kind of shape out. This is going to be another one of those animated looking live action movies. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit of James Gunn thrown in there when you think of it in that kind of light. But the most interesting thing about it is how unfantasticized they actually look. And, you know, that was the goal. That was definitely the goal. But you would think it would play out more in the story. You know, them kind of dumb it down a bit to where, you know, the story is a little more humanized to where it makes it a little bit more believable how you can get this kind of a Batman who gets shot by bullets and keep on moving and all types of stuff. But like with all the sneak peeks that's been coming out, the trailers that you see, you know, even down to Catwoman, like she's wearing a ski mask that she done repurposed to look kind of like, you know, got little cat ears in her eyes, and it just looks it looks generic, but like interestingly generic. It doesn't look like cookie cutter cosplay.
Right.
You know, it looks kind of like, you know, they kind of know what they want to do with it. And they dumbed it down enough to where if they are able to get enough out of this to make a sequel, then you should be like the number. I feel like the number would probably climb to about 80-85%.
That's what's up.
Because like I said, this one is going to be very different when you compare this to especially something as soon as Nolan. The Nolan Batman really revolutionized the way people looked at Batman.
Yeah.
And I feel like even though this one looks so generic, the things that they're not showing us, because like even how my man pulled out the grappling gun or whatever, believe it or not, there's not too many Batman that's actually pulling it out the wrist like that. You know what I'm saying? Go back and look at the movies.
Yeah.
Maybe back in the early 91s where they tried. You know, they didn't.
Yeah, you know, they had to work within the confines of special effects at the time.
Right, but this looks practical, completely practical. How he's pulling out the gun to repel. So, like, have you been able to check out any of the?
I told you no. I have no. I told you.
Okay,
I'm
right. You're
avoiding.
trying to keep it, that's right. You're trying to avoid everything so you can see it for fresh eyes, new light.
I want to give him every opportunity to wow me.
Right.
Every opportunity.
I know you might not have seen anything, but I know you've heard some stuff.
Yes, I have. I have
swerved what you've heard, but from what you've swerved and heard, how are you feeling with the week away? What's your anticipation like?
My anticipation for it is about at a strong 8.
8.
I'm at about an 8. I'm at about an 8 now. When the movie when I first heard this, saw the trailer, I was at about a 6. But as I've, you know, it's kind of hard to avoid all of the spoilers and all of the sneak peeks. So, you know, from what I've seen, what I'm hearing, I'm up to an 8. I'm up to an 8 because I feel like this is going to be one of those, while it's Batman, there's going to be enough elements in this movie to where you're going to be like, okay, this Batman is going to stand out from what we've seen so far. Like going all the way back to the Tim Burton, Michael Keaton era, all the way up through the Ben Affleck Batman and the whole potential Snyderverse that could have been. Like this is going to be something to set it even apart from, like you said, from the Nolan series. And so for me, I'm interested to see how that is, good or bad. Like I'm always down to check out something if they're trying to give you something a little different. And so far, it feels different from what I've seen. Now, how different it can maintain, what the differentiation that it can maintain throughout the movie, we'll see. We'll see.
Right.
But I'm at about an 8, man. I'm sure you at about an 11.
I'm not that hyped for it. I'm not gonna front. I'm not that hyped for it. I'm not. No, I'm not like 11, 12. So it's because it is the first installment of what we expect to be a franchise.
Okay.
So like even with the Nolan Batman, the first one, Batman Begins, it looked completely dope, but I didn't get 11 until after I watched it.
Okay.
So for right now, my hype is around where you are. I'm about 8.5, closer to 9.
Okay.
Really ready to see what they do with this Batman because and I'm gonna tell you what my draw is. It's not Batman. It's not Selena Kyle. It's not even so much of the story that they've shown. It's Oswald Cobblepot, Penguin. I want to see my man Colin Farrell play that
I feel
part
you on that
because they did a phenomenal job on that makeup, and just Colin Farrell's an awesome actor. You know, there's no way I feel like
this is true.
He can disappoint me. And like I even watched the Total Recall reboot that they did and enjoyed it. And so it's gonna be nice to see him in an action movie and not be the dude that's actually delivering the action, actually delivering you the acting. You know what I'm saying? Dropping that just a little bit, give you that acting, putting that G up. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be a complete G in this.
Yeah.
So and I think that's gonna be one of the best elements of the movie because they're not showing it that much. Yeah, they showed you how he gets captured. Yeah, they show you him staring, looking out the window, but that's it. So I feel like it's gonna have a very impactful role in this movie that will kind of give you an insight to how Matt Reeves is trying to do these future movies and these unfantasticized characters. Are they going to be able to pull it off? That's kind of the draw to me to see how they're doing that because most of the interviews and stuff that I've watched on how Matt Reeves is wanting to try to handle doing the Batman, his focus is more on the rogues gallery, not too much Batman himself. And I think that's kind of smart because, you know, Batman kind of takes care of himself. Even if this movie, even if you really don't like Pattinson, even if the bet goes through, even if you don't, people are still going to enjoy Batman. That's really what a lot of people on the lower level are really going to go see. And then you got people want to see Pattinson. You got, you know, so on and so forth. I feel like it's smart to try to focus on the rogues and make them a little bit bigger because he's got such a huge rogues gallery, and a lot of them they have powers. So when you try to see how he's going to take a person, like I'm interested because you haven't seen him in a while, Mr. Freeze. I'm interested if they actually go forward and do a Mr. Freeze version, how they do it. Because if anybody's ever caught Gotham when it was on TV, they had Mr. Freeze in that, and his suit was practical. It wasn't it wasn't how they did in Batman.
Everybody. Freeze.
Yeah. You know, he didn't look like a space Kremlin from
man.
You know, it was practical, you know what I'm saying? Like you could kind of understand what his disease was or what his self-inflicted disease was, that he would need that. So I want to see how if they're able to dumb it down, but maybe bring it up with whatever level of technology. Because I said this one is a little more animated looking. So that means if you watch I know you've watched the animated series Batman.
Oh, of course. Come on now.
You know that they had that old 1930s, 40s, 50s look.
Yeah.
But some of that technology is way ahead of its time. You know what I'm saying? Like even the freeze gun itself.
Yeah.
Was way
for
ahead
sure.
of its time. So I feel like if he can play off of that element in a live action setting, then despite what you might feel about certain actors being in it, I think it's going to have a great element to be able to look back at and then not have like a sour taste. It could be just as good as the Nolan trilogy was, but not to be compared like you compare it. You know what I mean?
No, I feel you. You talking like Jordan and LeBron right now. You talking Jordan and LeBron right now.
Yes. And I feel we need more of that, especially in DC, especially in live action, especially over there at Warner Brothers. They need to have their players up there. We got Nolan. We talk about like Jordan all day when it comes to Batman. We need a Kobe. We need a LeBron. We need to start building up that roster.
Yes, I agree with you 1,000%. DC needs that bad as hell right now. Here's the thing, though. What happens if this movie turns out to be dope, but Batcullen just ain't it? If you build up, what do you think will be the response from DC and Warner Brothers if Matt Reeves creates an incredible movie and Batman falls flat on his face?
That'd be interesting. So that's a great question too, especially in the atmosphere that we are in nowadays, because you don't see a lot of recasts happening anymore. They would just
swap you out. They would just swap you out. But like this, Because the other thing too, you gotta figure that there's some kind of clause in Pattinson's contract that allows him access or first dibs on sequel.
Right.
You know, you gotta think in this day and age that if they signed him up to do this deal, it wasn't a one and done. Unless Matt Reeves has said expressly that this is a one and done. And from what I've gathered, it doesn't seem like it. It seems like it's more like an up in the air kind of thing. Like we'll see how this does and what the studio want to do moving forward kind of thing, which is typical DC. They gonna throw it out there, see how you feel about it, and then make their decision after that.
Right. It's always about the money. You know
of course.
If they pull that money outside of what they expect the Batman franchise itself to make, they can do that. Then of course. But to answer your question, here's what I would think. Especially what you're saying, you know, even if it's contractually something they have to do.
Yeah.
Then I say then it's not a trilogy. If they don't like, that's an important element that people have to like. People have to want to be able to go forward with that. So by contract, I would say, they would probably have to do a sequel, keep Pattinson in it, whether they like it or not. But that's as far as it would go. Otherwise, I don't feel like he'll fall flat on his face. I feel like some people probably come out of it to where if he was a draw, and I hope they don't do it like, again, Batman and Robin. If there was a draw because it's Pattinson, they don't draw off of the Batcullen. They don't draw off of the Twilight. He's not going to be Twilight in this movie. You know what I'm saying?
Let's hope not.
I'm pretty sure he won't. Like looking at it, especially looking at how he's playing Bruce Wayne, I've started tailoring my mind to look at it as
Lord, the Matrix got us.
It's got me again, man.
The Matrix got us. What happened? The feed has broken the wall.
Speaking facts is why.
I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that one bit. Oh man.
Just a second, people. They're trying to
look, you got blipped out of here. My man got blipped out while he's working on that though. This is my thing, people. This is what I'm afraid of. Because this movie might be everything that we all want it to be. But if Batcullen don't get it done, then how do you justify doing a sequel? And if you don't do a sequel, then what happens to the character of Batman now? Because you kind of get stuck. Yeah, Jedi Mike, he got that cloak of invisibility for real. But we gonna bring the homie right back on in here one time. Oh, look, I done brought you back. You see that?
Whew, feels good.
Man,
good. I don't want to know what that feels like.
I didn't know we were still blipping in 2022. I thought we had got past all that.
And you know that stuff manages to come back through some kind of portal. That's why we got.
Hey, well, at least you came back because you know the other two motherfuckers that got blipped never ever showed up again.
Hey, I know how to navigate water.
There you go. Look, thank goodness. Woo, man.
I know how to navigate.
I was worried for a minute. If you hadn't have came back, man, I was gonna have to go buy a Secret Labs chair and put it here in your memory. I was
right there in the background.
Just right in the background, just one time for the homie. Oh, man.
As long as you put the purple drink with a bow around it on it.
Oh yes, of course. You know it. You already know, man. But yeah, that's my thing, man. Look, I really don't think this movie's gonna bomb. I don't.
Yeah.
I just don't know where you end up if Robert Pattinson doesn't get the job done. Like, where does that put DC? It's because it's so tough because they seem like, I mean, again, you know, we've got the Flashpoint movie coming. Michael Keaton's rumored, it's all but almost confirmed that this dude's gonna be in it. So we can't be putting our eggs in the Michael Keaton Batman basket. Like
Right.
even if he does come back, it's gonna be like on some Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield type stuff where we might see more of him, but I don't see the idea, especially when you talk about Tobey, of him coming back and reprising like a whole movie where it's a Batman movie featured around Michael Keaton's Batman. Like you're just not doing that. You can bring him in and have him be like the advisory role or whatnot, but he's not coming back. And so you can't say Michael Keaton is the fallback. We don't know what the deal is with Ben Affleck. As far as we concerned, Ben Affleck has moved on. He ain't worried about doing Batman anymore because the Snyderverse and all that is pretty much done and over with. So is it a hard pivot and all chips in the Batgirl basket at that point? Or because I'm asking, man, I'm legit trying to get your thoughts, because if this doesn't work out, man, there is a very good, possibility. I'm not saying it's likely, but it's very well possible that we could all come out of this movie going, had they brought anybody else in other than Robert Pattinson, this movie would have been one of the top Batman, if not the top Batman movie ever made. It is very well possible that could be the case. And if that is the case, what then, man? What happens with Batman then?
Well, first, let me start off by saying, they need Michael Keaton in that Batgirl, okay? Now this is at least my knee-jerk reaction to seeing the way that they are trying to pivot and make this look kind of serious. It looks very Titans season 3 already, and I'm not about that life, okay? I don't like that they went with the purple costume. I understand the retroactivity of it, the way it looks, and bringing it back to the old school, but no, okay, at least you could have darkened it, not made it look like she went out and got some un-Spider-Man-esque fabrics and decided to weave them together, okay? At least they got it right at Marvel. The way that they're doing this with Batgirl, not feeling it. So they definitely need to have Michael Keaton in there, because you need a draw to that show, period, okay? And I seen this already mentioned. Yes, facts. We got the Penguin show coming. You got the Gotham PD show coming. You got the Batman, and then Batgirl. Everything they're doing, I'm hoping whatever they're doing with Batgirl, they actually keep that away from whatever Matt Reeves is doing. Okay, I'm going to be more immersed in that verse than whatever it is they're trying to do over here with the DCEU stuff, because I feel like this is a fresh start with what Matt Reeves is doing. So hopefully we get a dope movie, then we get a couple dope TV shows, and then we get another dope movie. Like I want that verse right now. Okay. This DCEU, and then try to put it in like Affleck, he's done. He ain't coming back. Everybody go ahead, just drop that already. You're lucky you got him in this movie. Maybe in the next 10 years, when he doesn't think of Batman and get drunk, then you'll probably get him back in some kind of small cameo or something. But right now, we're going to focus on Michael Keaton. I think it's going to be dope to see him in the costume, but I don't feel like it's going to be something that is going to carry the DCEU like they're trying to. Like, I feel like, the rumors out there saying he's going to be like the Nick Fury of what they're doing over there.
No, so you don't think so?
I think they're going to do it. I think
it'll work.
Rumors. I just don't. Yeah, I don't think it's going to like be the draw. Like, oh my God, everybody, Michael Keaton's back and they're doing this more. I don't think it's going to be something that for the next 5-10 years they're going to be able to pull up.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, hell no.
Like, I feel like it'll be dope to see in Flashpoint. I feel like it's going to be, of course, kind of dope to see in Batgirl and whatever it shows up as. But after a while, I feel like it's going to get dried up, played out really soon. And this is only if they try to drag it out for the next 5-10 years.
Gotcha.
What they need to do is, you got everybody interested in looking, because you got Michael Keaton in, give the man his respect. We're going to come back and see what he's going to do. But then he need to switch off, and they need to do Batman Beyond. I'm tired of asking for it, tired of saying it. I'm tired of seeing the people asking for it. We need to pivot and get Batman Beyond going down. And it's totally feasible what they're trying to do with the Flashpoint, and they're bringing in Batgirl. They got Supergirl going down. Ezra Miller kind of fits in with that little crowd there. You give him a Batman Beyond, and like Batman Beyond's been on the Justice League on the future version. You know what I'm saying? We're doing multiverse stuff. Pull him from the future, whatever. or look more into Michael Keaton and whatever world that they got him in, and just make it to where it's more of kind of like in the future or whatever, something like that. And you give us Batman Beyond, and then you will carry. I feel Batman Beyond, if they do it correctly, can carry the next 5-10 years. But trying to put it all chips on Michael Keaton, I don't think that's going to be it, man. I just don't feel like that's going to be the oh my God, we need to boost DC and finally Feige's got to be sweating bullets. That's not going to be the thing that's going to
Well, let me ask you this question. Do you really think DC thinks that? You think DC feels like Michael Keaton Batman is a draw for a card right now?
I feel like lightweight they do, because they're like,
then
because of the way they're throwing him out there with everything.
If they think, if that's what they think, then that just to me speaks to exactly why DC ain't gonna ever get right.
Right.
Because you gotta realize, number one, we say this, we've been saying this. You ain't catching Marvel. It don't matter what you do. You can have, and I dig the idea of him being a Nick Fury-esque type character in the DC universe. That's cool. But if you think that that's going to be your ace in the hole to catch you up to Marvel, no. I've been saying it. Stop trying to catch Marvel. Figure out what DC want to do and do what DC want to do. Now, I feel you on the Batman Beyond thing, but I feel like as long as the DC is making movies, you got to have Batman. Like, you've got to have Bruce Wayne. Somebody's got to be Bruce Wayne Batman. And what they've got to figure out, in my opinion, is if this movie don't work, specifically if Bat-Cullen don't get it done, then the question they need to be asking, and they need to take a good 3, 4, 5 even years before they answer this question. Who is our Batman of the future? That's what they've got to figure out. You've got an Aquaman, you've got a Wonder Woman. You can stretch out Gal Gadot, you can stretch them out, Jason Momoa. They can all get stretched out for at least another 5 years. We've seen what technology can do. If as long as they want to keep doing movies, you can make it done. You can make it happen. But you got to find them. You've got to find a Batman. You got to, because if you don't, Batgirl ain't gonna do it either, man. And I'm with you on that. Like, I'm not saying we shouldn't have that. Batgirl shouldn't exist, but you cannot put all of the weight of the DC universe on Batgirl. It ain't gonna happen. It's just, you're never going to get people to universally accept her the way you have Batman. It's just from a character standpoint, it ain't gonna work.
No,
that's like saying that you're gonna get people to gravitate towards Wong the way they do Doctor Strange. It ain't gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen
at all. And I'm gonna be honest with you, like, even Gotham Knights, like, when that game drops, that girl's gonna be one of the first characters I use. I don't even like her costume in that one when they starting her off back in the retro costume.
Yeah,
but I like Batgirl. That's not the problem. Is what you said. We gotta have a Batman, a successful one.
It's gotta be.
It's gotta work that way, because Batgirl don't exist without a successful Batman.
And the thing about and here's the thing, what they tried to do this with Dawn of Justice. They tried to do this with the Snyderverse, but they rushed it. But what the DC universe needs, what they need, man, the Second Street, we still got kids watching that thing, baby. But you're right. Yes, I digress. Oh Lord. Oh, help the children. But yes, my bloody chest. Man, I tell you. Trey want to pull up on Gal Gadot like that's what he want. He gonna pull up straight one more time. He gonna pull up on her and be like right there. Straight up. But no, man, like, look, Batgirl, that's all well and good, but no, the thing is, what they need, and this is something they, if again, I don't understand why they haven't figured this out. The dynamic needs to be your core argument, your core beef to drive the movies forward. You don't need to have, it ain't got to have anything to do with your supervillain or whoever. No. It's got to be the struggle, but the respectful struggle between Superman and Batman. You need a good Clark Kent, Bruce Wayne dynamic. That's what you need. And so if this don't work out with the Batman, then what you need to do is say, you know what? We need to redo this entire thing. And you know where you lead it up to? Injustice. A live action Injustice. You build all of it up. You do this over the course of 10, 12 years. Because you create that dynamic between Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne, and you build it up to that point. I don't care who your Joker is. I don't care who none of these ancillary characters don't even matter. Just get there. Spend 5 years, 7 years building up to that. And then you do that live action and you kill it. And that's what you build towards. And you say, you know what, we're not going the Marvel, team up no. What we're gonna do is we are going to construct a solid Justice League base. And then we're gonna tear that shit down. We are going to rip it apart. Because that would make that, to me, that would be incredible to watch. Like, just watching your heroes literally have to choose sides like that. Like, because that's where I feel like Civil War was kind of fell flat. Was because that conflict happened way too fast. Yeah. It was like there wasn't enough build up. Like, they gave you the context and you realize that it was like decades worth of like stuff that happened that led to that ultimate showdown, but it was rushed. You got all of that context in a 2.5 hour movie. Whereas if you would have built that up a little bit more, it would have hit a lot harder. I understand that was kind of but with White Suge, they chose to make that kind of a footnote in the larger story they were telling. So it made sense. Yeah. But DC should look at that and go, DC should look at it and go, you know what? There's our angle right there. And you make that, because not only do you give people that incredible Injustice story, but you get to redo Batman versus Superman the right way. Like, you don't have to call it that, but you give people that showdown the way it was meant to happen. And then you can build up a Batman who basically in each movie that you put him in, just have him kind of on the side doing some like random experimentation with kryptonite. Just don't even mention that's what he's doing. Just show him in the cave just working on that shit. And then you be like, so that's why back in XX movie, hey bro, that DC, why hire your boy? I'm about to say, hire your boys. We here. We got the ideas, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
That's what we missing. That's what the DCEU, I think they was on their way. Man of Steel, I don't care what nobody says. Man of Steel, the reason why people don't like Man of Steel still is because of how horrible they handled BVS. If they was able to pivot and give us the story, like I'm gonna say it again, we needed the world's finest story.
Man of Steel. Go ahead.
And we need to see Superman pivot and change, and Batman be the reason he changed, not the reason why Superman shouldn't change Batman. They're supposed to do it together, and they missed that. They totally missed that with how they did BVS. It's horrible.
Man of Steel, for my money, is the best Superman movie ever made.
Yes, I agree.
Man of Steel is the best Superman movie ever made. I figured I thought that was the perfect origin. Like, we know Superman's origin, but that was the perfect way to kind of introduce Superman, or this new iteration of Superman, into it. Having him fight Zod in the first movie, I thought was perfect. You basically set this dude up brilliantly.
Yep.
And then you rushed it with BVS. Like, you basically tried to skip 8, not even 8. I won't even say 8. You skipped at least 3 movies.
Yes.
You could have had 3 good, solid Superman movies in between Man of Steel and BVS. You could have done that easily. Henry Cavill could have carried those movies by himself. All you do is find some generic Superman villains for him to face off with that are inconsequential to the larger DCU.
He's got good villains though.
Right. No, I'm not saying he doesn't have good ones, but I'm saying, like, my thing is, let's say you just want to have him basically like dispatch. Just some villains for him to dispatch by the end of the movie. Somebody that you can care about for 90 minutes but won't give a damn about after he done whatever he got to do to get past him. That's what I'm saying. And then have him struggle with that. Like, have him start building up that idea that he is so convicted in what he's doing that there's there's the potential of him kind of like tilting a little far left if the right button gets pushed. And who's the one villain that could push the right button? The Joker. So you just like it writes itself. They've already got the story for you, bro. Just like take time, develop it, and stop worrying about these focus groups and what, you know, these people who don't really know shit about comics and how to, like, they don't care. Like that's not the people that you want to endear to. They're gonna jump on board because they'll lean on people like us to explain it. That's what Marvel has done. Like normies don't give a damn about like the intricacies of the MCU because that's what they got us for. They come to YouTube and they find out all of that extra stuff. But that's what they miss, man. That's what DC don't understand. And I don't even think Marvel understands that as much. Like they don't, because I think they're a little bit braver with their choices. But I think if Marvel would just throw out the idea of, oh, well, we've got to have the average fan understand. No, you don't. They're going to understand because we are living it's not the same era. Our parents wouldn't imagine going and trying to find out some ancillary information to better understand the movie. They wasn't doing that, but we're in a whole different generation now.
Yeah, not through YouTube and nothing. They had the comics. Those are the paper heads. You know what I'm saying? So they would pick up something and read and find out about it. It's not too different. Just we do it a little differently. But yeah, I see what you're saying though. Like it's just more readily available now.
Exactly, and that's an actual entertainment vertical for our demographic now. Like that's what adults our age do. We go to YouTube and we look up theory videos and we go check out like videos to give it more of an in-depth explanation about stuff that we into. That's what we do. So like capitalize on that, studios.
Yes.
Let those people, let the Comics Explains of the world, let the what's my boy, Everything Always and Emergency Awesome. Let them keep shepherding more and more people to your shit. That's what they're there for. It's a whole economy and a whole universe out there that you can tap into and just keep this thing rolling, man. Because here's the thing that I was thinking about kind of bringing it back to Batman and the whole Michael Keaton thing. And this is coming from somebody who feels like Michael Keaton is still hands down the best Batman we've ever gotten. And I feel like Batman and Batman Returns are still better than any other Batman movie ever made, including the Nolan series. And that's not saying the Nolan series was not great, but for my money, those first two Batman movies were everything. But here's the difference. And this didn't dawn on me until today, actually. I was watching a video. I was doing the same thing we was just talking about. I was on YouTube looking up some videos on some other stuff. I was watching a documentary on the first Ninja Turtles movie and how that came out like right after Batman, like literally the following year. Batman dropped and then here come the Turtles. Now, the thing about that was when Batman dropped, Batman was like the first comic book movie that wasn't pure ass out the 80s because they had a string of bad comic book adaptations in the 80s. You had Howard the Duck, you had Masters of the Universe, you had the two, I think it was the first Superman movie was in 78. That one was dope, but the two sequels kind of fell flat. You had, was it Flash Gordon or whatever that was? Like it was trash. Like studios was running from comic book movies before Batman. And so while Batman speaks to my childhood, while I remember that Michael Keaton mania, when you go back and watch those movies, bruh, outside of Jack Nicholson, like it wasn't hot like that. When you go back and watch, it was kind of random and all over the damn place, actually. Yeah. But the reason it's remembered the way it's remembered is twofold, I think. Number one, because everything that had come before it in that last, like, let's say 7, 8, 10 year span at the most was hot garbage. And not only that, but then you actually built a movie without worrying about what the franchise was going to be. Like when they dropped Batman, they didn't expect Batman to be as large as it was.
Nope.
They really didn't expect it to be like that. But then once they realized what they had, they started cashing out on that joint. The funny thing about it is, if you look at where DC is right now, DC by itself, DC right now is like a miniature version of what you dealt with in the 80s with comic book movies.
Yep.
Because the last string of their comic book movies, I'm not talking about Peacemaker. I'm talking about the last time we saw Batman on the screen. It wasn't that hot. It wasn't that hot. The last time we saw Superman on the screen, and I'm not talking about the Snyder cut. I'm talking about when they actually dropped it in the theaters and was like, hey, it wasn't that hot. The last few movies, look, Wonder Woman 2 wasn't hot at all. You know what I'm saying? Like Aquaman was, you know, like we all know what BVS was. So you're kind of at the same point with Batman. It's like it's come full circle. You were right at, hey, mama good, what's popping? How you doing? Got to stop and say hello. But that's the thing, man. They are at a point right now where they could recapture that same magic.
Yes.
Like, and again, Bat Cullen might do that. Like, I'm not going to sit here and act like he's got no chance at doing it. He might. But if he doesn't, that just furthers my argument, man. Like, it's like, okay, well, like now you got to figure this out. Because all of these things you're trying to do ain't working. So you got to figure out, and it's really crazy that you can't figure out how to effectively use Batman and Superman, the staples of the Justice League. Like, how do you not get that right?
It's just I don't know what they've been thinking. Maybe because they've been going through so many different changes over there.
That part.
Maybe they'll figure it out in the next couple years. But I still feel like the Batman is their best opportunity to be able to pivot and, like you said, get their lives together. So, final predictions, man. What are you thinking? Next week it's gonna drop on a Friday. What do you think the box office is gonna be like? And I'm actually talking about like audience score, not what the critics is gonna say. Critics is gonna be like best Batman ever, most innovative summer. I don't want to hear none of that. Okay, I want to know what the people got to say. What do you think the people are gonna be like? Out of 10, what do you think it's gonna get rated?
I think the people are gonna be mixed, man. I think it's gonna be about a 6 on average. Now that's not gonna be reflective of the movie though. Now hear me clearly, because this is the funny thing about like critics and movies and critiques of movies these days is you could have a dope movie, but if the fans don't feel like that movie has anything for them to latch on to, they ain't gonna care. And the thing is, everything is being compared to Marvel. And everybody's gonna be like, okay, well, wait a minute, but how does this fit into this? And I think that is gonna lose some steam on that reason, because I don't feel like, number one, a lot of people are gonna turn out for this movie anyway. Because one of the things that I'm realizing is, and it has no reflection on Batman or DC, but people, especially now, are extremely selective about when they actually go to the theaters. I myself included.
Yeah.
We are in a new era, I think, when you talk about like theater attendance, where you really thinking about that $15 to $20 you're gonna spend to go see that movie now.
Right.
You're like, am I really? Whereas before, it was like, hey, it's a DC movie, I'm in there. It's a Marvel movie, I'm in there. Let's go. But I don't think we're there anymore, especially with DC. So I feel like with this movie, it's gonna have to be strong, man.
Yeah,
this movie's gonna have to bring it, because if it doesn't, it's only gonna lose steam after that first week.
Yep.
And if it doesn't maintain some momentum, at least for a 2 or 3 week span, put it this way: if that movie gets bumped from number 1 after the first week, it's not gonna look good for it.
No,
it's not gonna look good for it, because it's got unfair expectations right now, and it's not Matt Reeves' fault. It ain't even Robert Pattinson's fault. It's DC fault, because DC has positioned this movie to actually have to almost like correct the ship by itself. Like it's got to rewrite, it's got to right wrongs that it ain't even responsible for.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I say I want to give Bat Cullen a fair shot, man, because I don't want to hold against him like the sins of every other DC movie we've seen so far. Like, I don't want to do that. I want to give this dude the opportunity to like actually impress me as Bruce Wayne / Batman. And if he does that, all he has to do is be good enough. He only needs to be good enough. The movie has to kill it. He only got to be good enough.
Right.
And I think that's the approach that they might have taken with this movie. It's going to be interesting to see how it translates.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking the people, man, I think it's going to be sitting at like a 6. And that's not good for DC, man, because
that's not good.
That's
not
mediocre,
good
and they got to get past that mediocre threshold, bro. Like, good enough ain't enough. Like, you got to do better if you expecting to even make any kind of noise like that.
Right, and I'm really hoping more. It's closer to 7.58. I'm hoping that it will at least hit good for about a good couple weeks. They need
needs to, man.
They need a good 2-3 week run. It needs about a good 95% or no lower than 85% Rotten Tomatoes on both ends.
Well, go ahead.
Hit a 9. It don't need to go any lower than that.
Well, here's what's funny is I think this is going to be another one of them Last Jedi situations because I think critics are going to love this movie. I think the critics are going to go bananas over this joint. And then the fan score is going to be where you would like at like that 68%.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I think critics will have it like in the mid to high 80s.
Yeah.
And then you're going to look at that, but the people score is going to be where it's like, oh, and that's the one that counts. We all know that's the one that counts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be crazy, and it's going to be interesting to see how it turns out, man, because like we could be sitting here next Saturday, man, trying to make sense of it all, bro.
Well, Darth Chaos got a good point, and that's what I was kind of thinking is the only thing that might save it is the fact that there really is not much competition around that movie for the month. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good possibility that because it could outplay a lot of other movies, because there's other movies that are released that are in theaters right now. Yeah, we probably ain't really heard about. I mean, Uncharted just dropped.
You ain't heard a peep about that.
Exactly. So I'm thinking as long as it overshadows the other movies around it, like Uncharted, it has a good opportunity to have that's a good movie.
That's that's a smart ass point, because I'm thinking about it now, and Uncharted might actually do this movie a huge favor. Right. This movie might just like, boy, they smart because they did that just right, because Uncharted might be like the stepping stone that like Batcullen is able to hurdle right over. John Johnston with the $5. Man, appreciate you, man. Said, I hope you all have been doing well. Haven't been on Discord as much as I prefer to be, but much love to you all. Gotta get my sauce. You know you gotta have the sauce. Cause if you ain't got the sauce,
donation.
Oh wait, I can't even finish because Mama Good. Look, she knew I was about to cuss, so she gonna hurry up and shut me up. Man, but I gotta finish it about the sauce, because if you ain't got the sauce, then that's your loss, man. Son. Right? I know, right? But yeah, man, it's just gonna be crazy, man. I'm just gonna be interested to see. Like I said, I'm going into it. I did a successful job, I think, of not allowing anything to taint my eventual decision on how Batcullen does. You know, I even almost thought about watching Twilight last week.
Oh, no, don't do that. No,
exactly. I was like, no, that wouldn't be fair. That wouldn't be fair.
Do that. Don't watch Twilight.
No Twilight.
If you want to do anything to try to get any kind of target on how Pattinson could perform,
I'm not even gonna do that because I already know what you're finna say.
Well, I was gonna say watch anything other than Twilight.
Yeah, I'm not watching anything with him, because the thing is, I'm so far removed from Twilight at this point, because I ain't watched that movie in probably, I don't know when the last one came out, but if it was like 10 years ago, it's been about that long since I watched it, because I watched it when they first dropped, and I was like, all right, I'll never have to watch this again. But I'm so far removed from it at this point. The last movie I saw with him was Tenet, and I didn't watch all of Tenet. And I didn't, and it wasn't because I thought he was terrible in it. I just thought Tenet was a terrible movie, and I couldn't finish it.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing.
I couldn't finish that movie. I've tried. It puts me to sleep every single time. So I don't really count that as a strike against him. So he's coming into this with about as clean of a slate as possible. Okay. He's coming in as clean as possible, bro.
He's coming in fresh enough that there's a great possibility you could walk away with viewing Pattinson as Batman.
There's a possibility that he could come out being my second or third favorite Batman.
You hear that, Pattinson?
It's very well possible.
Riding on you, man.
It's very well possible.
You hear that, man?
I'm just saying, because right now it's Michael Keaton.
Donation. Donation.
It's Mike Porter with the $5. My wife is gonna kill me. Why are you trying to cut back? But I gotta support my Maynes. Hey, look, happy wife, happy life, man. I know this, brother. So look, we appreciate the support, but don't just yourself put out on the streets, man.
No, man.
Don't do that. Don't do that. But thank you just the same. But yeah, man, it's for me, it's Michael Keaton, it's Christian Bale, and then it's Ben Affleck. For me. Those are my favorites.
Yeah.
I could legit see Bat Cullen at least leapfrogging Ben Affleck.
Okay.
I could at least see that. For him to get Christian Bale, and this is the thing about it. It's not even that I like Christian Bale as Batman and Bruce Wayne as much. It was just the movies that he was in was so incredible, and he didn't do anything to hurt the movie. No. So I have to put him in there, because I mean, what other choices you got? You got Val Kilmer, you got George Clooney, you got Adam West. I mean, much respect to Adam West, but he was the beginner. It was a different time, a different era, one that I can't get with. But that's what, I can see him coming in. Yeah, Val Kilmer was okay. He wasn't terrible. But what I'm saying is it's like, I can totally see, see Bat Cullen doing it, man. Pattinson might be able to do it, but if he does not, I won't be shocked. I tell you this, if he doesn't, I won't even gloat about it. I'm not even, because it's not even I'm not rooting for the dude to fail.
Right.
Because I'm a Batman fan. I want to see Batman succeed because I want to see more Batman.
Right.
And I'm afraid of the alternative if he doesn't. Because as much as we say that they need to take time and really build up Batman, I don't think they're going to do that. They're going to try to find a quick replacement. And that quick replacement is going to be Batgirl.
Yeah.
She's going to be they're going to just dump all of their eggs in the Batgirl basket and say, do the damn thing.
Right. Yeah, well, we shall see. We got a week away, and it's going to be a very anticipated week.
Yes, it will.
Show. But between that time, you already know that we are going to be doing what, Freddie Roy? We going to be all over that CyberPunk.
Oh, bro. Don't even. You talking about all in the meantime. When we get off this stream. Oh wait, when we get off the stream, I actually we got movie night. I'm tripping.
Yes, we do.
Speaking of announcements, ladies and gentlemen, in the spirit of Black History Month, we will be doing Black History Month movie night tonight. We have a double feature for you. If you're down with us, come hop in the Discord. If you're not a part of the Discord, what are you doing with your life? What's going on? Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, shout out to the Perp Life gang, because the first Black History movie night we did went off quite swell, I think. We watched two black classics in the spirit of superheroes. We did Meteor Man.
Yes.
And then Blank Man.
Yes.
Two classics. Check those two out. I felt like this time, though, man, we wanted, it was originally a Perp Life only event, but I felt like we needed to share these two movies with the people.
Yes.
These are two movies that we had to give everybody a part of, because tonight it's the 5 Heartbeats, man.
Woo, man!
I ain't got nothing but love for that movie,
right? Man,
but in the spirit of the 5 Heartbeats, we haven't finished yet, because after that we going to another classic. In the spirit of the Maynes and the Perp Life, what better movie to watch than Purple Rain? That That's right. 5 heartbeats and then purple rain, everybody. That's how we getting down tonight, man. So jump over to that Discord.
Yes,
and
sir.
holla at your boy. It's going down not too long after this stream, man. We gonna get some snacks, get situated. That's right, man. R.I.P. the Prince, man. R.I.P. the Prince. But yeah, we gonna do that tonight, man. And that's everybody's invited. This is not a Perp Life only event. Perp Life, I think we got on schedule for the 28th. We got 2 more movies for the Perp Life people. So we're gonna check those out. I think one of them is Lean on Me, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
I think we're doing Lean on Me and then maybe one other one that night. But tonight,
check them events.
Check the events. That's right. Make sure you stay in touch with them events on the Discord because we got a nice little rotation going over there, man. We got Dr. Window over there. We got Mayne Ambassador Kush himself over there, man. We got the Lady Maynes. We got Darren, Felicity. You know, that certain shout out to that certain from a certain point of view stream they be doing. Getting it in, man. Look, the shout out to the doctor himself, Dr. Window. I know he was in there today with a little bit of stuff, had some stuff going on last night. My man hit me up today, said he trying to get his stream on, got that capture card. So it's about, yeah, man, he putting the pressure on me. I'm like, how you gonna get the capture card? And I ain't got the capture card yet.
Right.
Now I got to get one.
I got to get one.
I definitely got to get one if we gonna be streaming you playing 2K.
I definitely got to set up the one that I got. So we're going to be streaming you playing something.
No, man. I cut my hand off.
He said, I got to put batteries back in my controller.
This going to be, what?
Say, huh?
Well, who would they do that?
Up with all the excuses.
You're like, oh, man, my internet connection is bad for the foreseeable future.
All my fiber optics caught fire.
Yeah, the whole thing burned down. I don't know what happened. Somehow, PlayStation Network to banned all my accounts. They told me I can't even make a new one no more.
Don't even think about touching.
They said I was canceled. I don't know what I said.
Just about stretching out Gal Gadot.
All facts, no tax.
No tax, man.
Hey, man, look, he can have Gal Gadot as long as he leave me Panama.
Right.
Or Pan Am. I'm saying Panama. Look, if we can go to Panama, though, I can fly Pan Am to Panama, bro. Let me tell you something.
First class.
Boy, I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, man.
Hey, look, she got all Eddie's on me. Like,
most definitely. Hey, you know, like, again, it really sucks that CyberPunk had to launch.
Yes.
Because
that part, man.
Is, like, I'm even having fun sitting in the car driving in first person. I'm horrible at it.
Yes, you know, I when I'm in the car, I don't even drive the car. I do the bike.
Oh, really?
I love the bike.
I like the bike too.
I love the bike. The bike, I will ride around on that joint and don't even be playing. Just riding around on the bike. I ain't just looking for people to shoot. Busting up crime.
Doing them NCPDs.
Yeah. Now, that's one thing about this game I love. I call it the Friday effect. Because you know, I'm still relatively low level. I think I'm like at a 14 or something like that. But I love the Friday effect because like you can't just pull up on any crime and try to bust that up.
Oh no.
No, sir.
Oh no.
You pull up and start dumping and get hit one time and be like, get him from a that's that Friday effect. Because they're like, you want some of this too? And I'm like, no. Get back on this bike and get around here from messing with these people.
Dude, you are not lying. And it sucks because you kind of got to get used to what part of the city you're in.
Facts.
And that's what's going to get you caught up because I ran up on one and I literally had to hide.
Right.
I had to hide till they forgot where I was.
Yes.
Bro,
been there. Or I do a mission and the mission started in the part of town where you can like handle your business. But then you forget that mission and took you halfway across the city.
Right.
And so you finish and you like, all right, let me go get some little extra change. You pop up, you see a little skull head above the enemy. You're like, oh, wait, hold on. Y'all go ahead and do what y'all was doing. I'm in the wrong spot. I ain't realized.
Yeah.
Boy, look.
I'm gonna leave you alone over there.
Man. I love that about that game, man. It's like you can't just get in there and start riding around just tearing up any and everybody, bro. You got to pick your battles.
Yeah, there's certain gigs too that I've ran into where I'm like, and I'm actually I'm about to be level 31.
Oh, see, look, you killing the game. This is what I get for starting over so many damn times.
Well, yeah, but that's probably one thing. But for me, I've been doing a lot of them side missions, man. That is where it's at.
Yeah, I've been doing a bunch of those too. I'm not that far in the story, but like I said, I think since this is because the first time I started over, I was at about level 17, 18. Then the second time when I started over and was the female, I got like to a level 23 or 4. And this one, I just recently started this one over like the last day or two. And so I'm back up to I think a 14 when I stopped literally before we started this stream. I was like, let me pause this game and go on over here, get us going, man. But I'm telling you, like CyberPunk to me, man, is everything that like I've been missing in gaming. And it's not like I don't want to I'm not trying to, we definitely not trying to overhype the game, you know what I'm saying? It still got its issues a little bit. I have experienced the crash finally. Like it got to, I was in a firefight and the PlayStation was just like, crash.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you still got a little bit of that. I noticed a little bit of hiccups here and there when I'm in the world or whatnot.
Yeah.
But what's so fun about the game is, again, it understands that, like, sometimes as an adult, I don't want to have an objective. I don't want you to automatically point me in the direction of where I got to go. Sometimes I only got 15, 20 minutes to get it in before I got to go do something else. So I just want to sit down, wild out a little bit and make it count for something and then dip. It ain't like GTA where it's like, yeah, I'm going to go mess around with the cops and get 5 stars and it really don't do much for you.
Right.
It's like in this game, everything that you do has like meaning and value on some level. Whether you just hacking stuff to get XP, whether you busting up the little NCPD missions or whatever, whether you doing side missions or whatnot, like all of that stuff matters, man. Even the junk you collect, you got to kind of sift through it and be like, okay, am I selling this or am I breaking this down?
Right.
Like, what do I want to do with it? And so it's like that right there is enough to just keep me occupied, even on them little, like I said, them stretches where I'm not really trying to play much story-driven content. I'm just trying to get in here and wild out for a little bit.
But even the main mission, you get like at first you get like 3 different options, 3 different ways to explore to play the game to see, to fix your plight. And like I'm at the point now where I got two directions that I can go.
Okay.
And I'm not really feeling trying to do this. I'm up to the Takashi mission, so you got to you got to like try to get on the float or whatever the case.
Okay.
I ain't really feeling that mission, and I'm kind of immersed in my character enough to where like I'm even doing side gigs now.
Yeah.
And you know how it glitches? I can see doing it in the side missions. You know, so it's kind of like, man, do I need to actually stay on task?
Right.
Or is something going to happen? Like I've even looked in the mirror, and then, you don't even recognize yourself anymore. So it's like, wow, it's like, which way do I really want to go with this? Or I keep want to build my character, go and doing these side missions, or do I need to call up Mr. Hands and try to see what he talk about? Or do I go try to get on his float? Like, what is it? What do I need to do so I can try to fix my character? But I'm really trying to figure out on the skill tree down in the bottom middle. After you get past the intro, you get a little part of the skill tree for, I guess it's for Johnny Silverhands.
Okay.
I haven't unlocked that yet. When you hover over it, it kind of glitches out. But apparently it's supposed to be unlockable to where you can get some perks out of that too.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm about to peep into that. I hadn't even realized that yet.
Yeah. It's down in the center. I think it shows up. Let's see. I think it's right after the intro. When you go look at your skill tree again.
Got you.
So it should be right down in the center. It's got an R over it. And then when you hover over it, it glitches out. So it's like, what is this? And also don't forget to check your additional content. They have if you don't like the way Johnny Silverhands looks.
Oh normally, yeah, I saw that alternate now, bro.
Yeah, I didn't like that either. I don't know what they were thinking of going for.
Like of all other ways to make Johnny Silverhands look, that's what you came up with.
Right, I don't know what
that hair just. I checked out on that hair, bro. I was like, no.
Yeah, man. Some of the clothes, some of the things that they give you to wear, and it sucks too because like the armor on that might be like.
No, I'll be taking that hit, bro. I'm like, I'm not putting that on.
Me too. I'll be doing that too.
But I mean, the dope thing about it is you can upgrade your armor in pieces. So like I spent a lot of time like just going in, and that's another reason why I started over was because I threw away so many weapons that would have been dope had I just upgraded them instead of trying to wait and swap it out for something better. And I was like, oh well, damn, I should have kept that gun. Another thing that another reason was I didn't realize there were certain missions where like depending on the choices you made, it set up stuff for later on. Or you could break yourself off a whole lot more chains. Like I missed the first time, the little mission where you had to go get the flathead. I didn't realize that if you kept that card, you could scrub it and keep that 10 G's.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
wait a
yeah.
minute. Then why didn't I do that the first time? Like, no, I'm gonna go back. You can even have it set up to where when you meet old girl from Militech or whatever, that like you can meet her after the mission and y'all can have a little something going on.
Oh, see, I didn't know.
Yeah, it's like I was like, so and that one fortunately doesn't, you don't even have to be, your sex doesn't matter. So like you could be, male or female V and still get that option if you play it right. But that was the thing, like I didn't realize that. I was like, oh snap. So now that's what makes this game so dope, is because you really legit have to take considerations in how you handle certain situations.
Right.
Because the implications like go forever.
Right. Yeah, they put a lot of different avenues, a lot of different things, and some of them that you don't even think tie into other stuff still tie into other things.
Right.
A lot of decision making, it comes through this game, and there are some things they put so much weight on. You're like, oh man, which choice do I need to make? And it don't even matter.
Right. Exactly. And it don't even matter. But I like that though, because it keeps you guessing. And like I see Blessed Valley, no doubt, it's definitely open world. Yeah. But where I like this a lot more than GTA is because GTA's world is like as dynamic and as alive as they try to make it feel. It's really actually not that deep. Like GTA 5's world, like it's not, put it this way, ain't nobody in GTA single player like just trying to like play once you done beat the game. There's nothing real. Once you do that, you jumping over to online. And we all know that was strategic. They did it that way for that specific reason. But that's what I love about CyberPunk is it's like it's a standalone single player story that they made sure to put enough depth in that you just want to be in that world. And that's like you said, like they ain't even started dropping no like actual no additional story mission driven content yet, which apparently is going to be coming as well. So it's like we, as bad of a start as that or a launch as that game got, I think it may be actually able to crawl out from under it.
Yep.
And once enough people give it another shot, because that like the game is legit fun, man. Like it's legit fun. Now look, we said this the last time we talked about this. This ain't for your 12-year-old, man.
No. This
is not your 12-year-old. This is no. Look, you might be like, well, I let my kids play GTA. Yeah, this ain't GTA. This is adult only content right here, straight up.
X.
Like, yeah, no. Like I
got kids,
I don't even play my 13-year-old come in the room. I paused the game. I'm like, nah, you don't, ain't no telling what's gonna pop out on here. No.
Right. I think that's the only time I turn it off. He had the child over here.
Exactly. It's like, yeah, man.
Back on Diablo for a second.
Man, I see Jedi Mike say, when are we getting open world Star Wars, only Lego Star Wars this summer? Patience, young Padawan.
Yeah.
It's coming, man. We just gotta wait. It's so much Star Wars content coming out from a video game aspect. I'm just waiting to see when it actually drops, because it's so much being talked about. And I want to get so hyped for it, but I just want to wait and see it come out. We got KOTOR getting ready to drop at some point. We got that Star Wars Eclipse coming. Yep. There's another open world Star Wars that's supposed to be coming.
Yep. There's supposed to be a Jedi Fallen Order 2.
Exactly. And then, of course, we got Lego Star Wars coming out this summer. It's like, man, let me just see all of this drop, and then let's see where we at, man, because it's so much, and I don't want to get my hopes up, and then they be like, well, this got pushed back or this got canceled, because you know how Disney Lucasfilm do it.
Yep. As I say, so what's it called? Taper your expectations.
That most definitely that, man. Like but yeah, man, it's very exciting, man, to actually have some game options for this 5 now. Like I'm not just rotating between the same couple of games. I legit have a nice little rotation, and that's excluding 2K. Like I was looking at that and I was like, man, like I don't even have to lean on 2K now, man. I got you got Horizon, you got your Ghost of Tsushima, you got your Cyberpunk, you got Uncharted if you want to go back and revisit that now that they didn't, boss that up a little bit, made it PS5 respectable and all that good stuff, man.
Guardians of the Galaxy was pretty fun.
Yeah, you got Guardians is another one, man. It's just it's slowly but surely starting to get there. This has got to be and yeah, we got, real world circumstances that's probably played in effect. But this has got to be the slowest ramp up of a console generation ever, bro. Like, I don't ever remember waiting this long to get a nice little bevy of content for a next gen console. Man. It's
like
crazy.
A year or two. You get your little scramblers in the first year, but then like the second year, it's jumping.
It's usually high gear, bro. But it's feel like it's been a drought, like to the point where you almost feel stupid if you bought a PS5 at launch, because you was like, hell, for the first like 12 months, it really wasn't nothing out there other than like 2K and if you was playing Call of Duty or something like that. But
I mean, I'm glad for the video game developers and the console developers that nobody really listens to me. But I told y'all, man, like anytime they drop a new console, I wait at least a year or two before I'm considering trying to get it, because
I wish I could do that.
Like, I ain't got. I mean,
I wish I had that kind of discipline. I don't. I'm such a degenerate gamer like that. It's like I gotta have. I'm like, look, you already know my situation. I got the 5 and it was like, okay, now I need one for my bedroom. Like I'm getting tired of moving this back up and down the steps, man. Speaking of, I'm not finna duck out of here without a 2K rant. I gotta get him, bro. I gotta get him. This is why I ain't played 2K, because I did end up getting me a second 5 so that I could have one up in the bedroom and then one downstairs. Nice. You know what I'm saying? So I installed a new one and I'm like, all right, let me download all my saves. Well, for some reason, 2K decides it wants to load up before I had got my 2K save downloaded from PlayStation's cloud. Normally, that ain't a big deal. You just turn the game off and turn it back on. You resync and you good to go. Well, 2K gonna tell me that my save was corrupted. So that meant that I had to wait for it to resync with the actual gameplay data. But I lost all my cosmetics again. Once again, they got me. And I was like, you know what? It don't even matter no more. I'm not even mad about it. I'm just going to go on and quit out. I'm going to go play something else. I ain't fooling with it.
Oh,
and I'm feeling like outside of our little bet, 2K might be on hiatus. It just might be, because I got plenty of options, man.
Yeah, and to be honest, I was about to say that's kind of the only reason why I'm kind of hoping that you like Pattinson, and so it can continue to keep you off of 2K. To be honest,
well, put it like this, man. There's nothing about 2K that has me like running back to it at this point. I had hopes that me and some of the homies was gonna be able to get together and finally get out there and do something respectful. But look, man, grown folks got jobs, bro. We ain't got time to be trying to coordinate schedules so all 5 of us can be on at any given point. Like, it's just not like that for me, man. So it's like, I get 2K gives me my basketball fix. I get to go out there and pretend like I'm able to do half the moves that I do on that game, which we know it ain't happening. That's all I needed for at this point, man. I have no aspirations to be competitive at 2K like that. I don't even let the little dudes online bother me like that no more, man. But it's like, what was getting me was the frustration of playing the game and knowing that it was only a matter of time before 2K gave me the business, and then I'm right back at it. But now I can look at 2K and go, I don't need you. CyberPunk, man, Pan Am waiting on me. I know she got another mission. She got something for me to go to, bro.
Right, she gonna forget about you, man.
Facts, man. Facts.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to wait for Judy to call.
Oh man, look, that's another one. Look, now I'm gonna end up getting curved by Judy because she ain't on Team Mayne. I was like, man,
ain't on Team Mayne at all.
That's all right, man.
I might have to try to go back and find a save where I'm like level 20 because I'm not entirely sure, but I might have missed it. Don't know how. I made all the right advances. But I think there's another mission. I think I just gotta wait for this next mission to show up.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You let me know. Because that's we equal opportunity love over here.
Right.
Equal
I'm dealing with Ryder right now, and I don't know. He don't know that the cybernetics is the psyche of the cybernetics is a male. So I don't know.
This is confused. I'm trying to tell you, man, like this game be making me scratch my head quite a bit, bro. That's what I'm just saying. Like, I'm like, I tell you what, like fingers. I was confused. I was thoroughly confused with fingers, bro. I'm like, you look 48.
Right.
Like, this is, if this is what 2077 gonna look like,
right?
I like clock me out. And again, but the thing about the game, and I will say this, they did a hell of a job of giving just about every person with any type of flavor preference.
Yes,
there's options for you in this game, and they did it in a way where it doesn't infringe on somebody else who has like starkly different tastes. You don't feel like they're like forcing any particular lane in your face whatsoever. You have the freedom to enjoy this game and play this game and partake in whatever you want to. You can avoid certain things and never have to see it. When you creating your character, you can choose how deep you want to go with it, which I think is deep, and it's a fun aspect as well. But under no circumstances, and I'm gonna say this one more time, under no circumstances should your 12 or 13-year-old, matter of fact, get some life experience under your belt. Don't even be 18. Go out and see some first, because this will have you confused.
Trying to tell you, wait till you 21.
Seriously.
Wait till you can smoke.
Yeah, for real.
That was a new one, isn't it? That's definitely new.
There you
wait
go.
21 to smoke. You gotta wait to be 21 to play this damn game, because
facts.
Man, there's so many different things in this game, down to the billboards. The billboards had me like, wow.
Yeah, oh my, the one with them cheeks?
Yes.
Bro.
Yes. The billboards
the
had
billboard
me like,
with them cheeks, bro. I was like, hold on. And then I thought I was on the Sawce a little too hard, because I looked at one and the cheeks started jiggling. And I was like, wait, did that just... No, they do though. They do. Yeah, and I was like, hold on, I know I ain't tripping. But yeah, man,
even some of the TV commercials, dude.
Yeah, bruh. Like
wow. Like what? Night City.
Tell me about it. You got to say night, because the freaks definitely come out at night.
Yes, and they are all day over there.
That's why they call it Night City.
Exactly why they call it Night City.
Yeah, man.
It makes me wonder what the rest of the world of Cyberpunk is like, but I guess we'll have to wait another time to worry about that.
Indeed.
Got that Black History Month movie.
Yes, it is that time, man. So again, if you are down to come check out some Black classics, we about to get into the 5 Heartbeats, followed by Purple Rain. And I know it's going to be some lip singing and some gift sharing up in that chat tonight.
Oh, yeah.
So
can't wait for that.
Make sure you are a part of the Discord. Make sure you tell at least 3 people this week about the Mayne Authority. Make sure you let people know what we got going on around here. We like to think that we doing something a little special. You know, we got all kind of nice little collabs coming up. We already told you about the guest list. It's going down. Sir. Make sure you spreading that word. But alas, like we always say, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here.
Yes.
For the homie Lavish Blackman, it's your boy Freddie Roy, and we will catch you in the next episode. Hey. Yes, got it that time.
The Force will be with you always.
Hey man, y'all sure y'all don't want to like burn one first, man?
You hear about the cable?
What is thy bidding, my master?
Forever, forever, ever. Forever, forever, ever.
This is the way. This is the way.
Why did you say that name?
This is the way.
The chicken.
Come on, man.
I am a god. Yeah, my chest.
Hey, man, y'all sure y'all don't want like the burn one first, man. Come on, man. On with you, man. On with you, man.
Eyes gone.